But that drop in Rockford's population would be even greater if it was not for one group of people, immigrants. In a special report, we find out why immigrants are choosing Rockford as a destination point and a place to call home. 13 News reporter Reuben Jones is digging deeper into this morning. Good morning, Reuben.
Elliot, call it a tale of two cities. Native-born Rockfordians are leaving the area at an alarming rate. But one group flocking to Rockford are immigrants. Their numbers are up 64% since the turn of the century. As for why they're choosing Rockford and others aren't, they say it's obvious. It was more than 15 years ago when Jesus Gonzalez entered the U.S., but it still feels like it was yesterday.
As soon as we get to the edge of the river, we have to get naked, and we cross the river with our clothes on the hands.
Jesus was 15 when he and his dad made the 2,000-mile journey entering an unknown country.
It was really hard because you have to hide like a criminal.
Jesus is now a U.S. citizen, and he calls Rockford home. He's one of a growing number of immigrants that are flocking to the state line.
For a lot of immigrants, a place like Rockford, Illinois looks like a very desirable place to live.
Ron Peril recently put together a report to the Chicago Council on Global Affairs on how immigration is affecting Midwest cities like Rockford. He found in 2000, immigrants made up 6.2%, or roughly 20,000 people in the city of Rockford. 15 years later, that number spiked to 9.5% of the city's population, totaling more than 32,000 people.
The majority of the population growth in the metro area is from immigration.
Rockford is not alone. In the Chicago area, the number of immigrants is up from just over 16% to just over 18%. In Champaign and Urbana, the number is up almost 5%, or 12,000 people. And in Kankakee, it's up 1.5%.
Rockford looks good to a lot of immigrants because a lot of housing is affordable.
He says there's also a lot of help wanted signs. Just ask Miguel Granados.
The opportunity to get a job here was pretty attractive.
Miguel is from Mexico and has lived in Rockford off and on the past 15 years. 5 years ago, he opened up his own company.
We are helping the community here, and we're still hiring people.
While many of Rockford's immigrants are from Mexico, Peril says they run the gamut, especially as the city's refugee population has grown.
It was a nightmare, really. So one moment quiet, and then suddenly bombs, rockets. My blood was going to be dry.
Talbani Al-Kim, her husband Abdul, and their family have traveled halfway across the world searching for peace. They are from Syria, and today they are one of thousands of refugees living in Rockford. Since 2012, Catholic Charities says close to 1,800 refugees have settled here. The predominant native countries are Burma and Iraq, but they come from everywhere, including Congo, Ukraine, and Cuba. The Al-Kims didn't get to choose where they would reside. What Rockford has done for them is provide safety.
Build a new life, new future, to be part of this new community and build it together as one American family.
With such an increase in immigrants, Ron Peril says there can be challenges, including racial and cultural tensions. But Rockford immigration attorney Sarah Dady says there are also major benefits.
We depend on them to create jobs. We depend on them to fill jobs. If we did not have immigrants to make up the population stagnation in Rockford, we would be in big trouble.
Adding jobs is what Jesus Gonzalez is doing. 4 years ago, he opened his own auto repair shop, and in just a few months, he plans to open another, a reality he never thought was possible when he made that trek along the border years ago.
The American dream that everybody's looking for.
A dream that more and more people are attempting to achieve as the face of Rockford continues to change. Now, the spike in immigrants looks like it will level off. Both Ron Peril and immigration attorney Sarah Dady say immigration is slowing around the country because of changes in the economy and changes to the country's immigration law.